Back in the shop, and this is our 2020 Super Duty. So it's an F350 long bed, platinum, all murdered out. Love this truck. Super comfortable as it started, but we had big plans for this guy, as you can tell. So knowing we're going to the big show and we're gonna wrap it and have all our current trucks there, this one was to be over the top. You know, it wasn't too long ago we did Project Daylighter, which had an 8-inch lift, 44-inch boggers. That was a wild build. We took out to Moab Wheeling. This kind of was the refresh. So you may notice a new variety of Grumper, which I will talk about in detail. But it's also kind of the fresh start to our rebranding. We're no longer calling it no lift 40s, we're calling it open fender, because it does not include the leveling kit, which brings down the price point and makes it more, it's a response to what's been happening. More folks were actually stacking our open fender system with lift kits than we're just getting it to run 40s at that tattered edge of no lift 40. So nobody was really running boggers, but we thought that's what we're gonna do. Run a 6-inch BDS lift kit on here with the upgraded Foxes and roll some 44-inch boggers. So let me tell you about the new Grumper. One real defining feature you would notice if you follow us is not have any exposed fasteners. The prior Grumpers have a bunch of stainless bolts that are what sandwich in all of the layers, because there was an inner first layer, then a tunnel, and a back layer to both the sides and center insert. Super trick for being able to make different colors in all of those. But there's a lot of folks that don't like the stainless button heads. This was an answer to that. And I want to be honest, as much as I like to kind of keep these parts polarizing, love it or hate it, that's fine. If you hate it, you're not going to buy it. If you love it, it's the only thing that will make you happy. We prefer that level of polarization, but I thought we could take a little bit of the edge off of the Grumper, still be the most wild front end solution on the market, while inviting a few more folks in that couldn't quite stomach the old style. And I think we absolutely nailed it. So we kind of pulled in more of the Matrix style lower, and then the idea was just a big mouth grill. So this is still a tunnel insert that can be done in a different color. This is bolted in a very unique way where you don't see the fasteners on the front. So you could have made this grill red, powder coated. It is removable. You won't see this on the other trucks, but any of them that have like a headlight surround, it's got this cool drop in. There's actually an intake on the Super Duty on this side right here. So to make sure we contain all the cooling and keep that airflow, had those slits. This is a little misleading, but is what it is. It looks sweet. You can run up to a 12,000 pound winch, but all of our Matrix series, if you run a light bar, you have to use a relocation bracket for the solenoid. And all the modern winches have movable solenoids. It's just how far you gotta go. The Matrix was intended to run a winch and a light bar, but it has to be a single row. So you cannot get a light like this with the backlight. In the case of Rigid, it's called the Radiant series. All Radiants are the double height. So even though it's big bulbs, it's the same as what would be like a 2x2. That is not compatible with what we normally run, the Zeons with the removable solenoid. So the Fairlead's still here because we just yanked the winch to put the light in. If you're gonna do it together, it would be winch and a single row. And Rigid does have the Midnight Series single, which would look perfectly in place here. We just didn't have them. So you can see the dualies slung in the inverted position. If you don't run the lights, still looks clean. It's basically just got the airflow to it, integrated 3/4 inch shackles. So it's basically all the things you loved about the Grumper, just classed up a little bit for the new models that we're coming out with, where they're not gonna have the visible fasteners, a little bit cleaner, a little bit more subtle. I cannot wait to paint match one of these on a colored truck, say red or blue or white, and see how that all plays out.